Hey everyone, welcome back to the B Plus podcast. I'm your host Septimore.
I'm Nason.
Today, we're going to be talking about a conundrum I've been having. Uh, I am at my heaviest right now, and I have a wedding coming up in October. And I wasn't always this heavy. I was a heavy child, um, but I've always been in a weight room or exercising. It's just dialing the diet in, dialing the diet down to get the results that I'm looking for. So, I'm in a few years ago, I got into DDP yoga. So, I was really into it to get out of the weight room and cardio grind and into my home because I could get home from work, pop it on, get an hour, 45 minutes, an hour in, and burn 650 calories, be the most flexible. And when you finish one of those workouts, you feel fantastic. You feel like if you're 250 pounds, you feel like you're 150 pounds. You feel great. You feel like you worked everything out. You feel really good. My problem is that I've been in the weight room and doing cardio, which, no one likes cardio. No one likes going there. I mean, me and Nason here have been walking in the summer. We just started walking out there for cardio purposes, and it's 20 times better than just walking in place on a treadmill or on an elliptical, which was my uh, exercise cardio of choice. But like I was saying, when I found this, I loved it. But I'm having a problem, and this is what we're going to discuss. I am going to drop this weight in time for my wedding, and I have this problem where I'm 4 months of DDP yoga and I feel great, but I'm missing the weights. And that in my mind is making me crazy because I know I should be lifting. Because if you look at anything online or anything anywhere else, you see that weightlifting is weightlifting alone is the greatest thing for fat loss.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I mean, let's think about it. What we're going to be going over is the difference of how much we should be doing aerobic exercise versus resistance training versus yoga or stretching and flexibility. There's a balance to all three, and I think that um, what I'm going to also try to bring to the table is that regardless of whether we're doing any three of those exercises, that being able to watch what you eat can like all those will help, but watching what you eat helps the most.
Well, that's where I was just going next is that, weight training is the best thing for fat loss and I think for your body. If you go look at anything online or anything, just Google it. But the a quote that I saw just the other day, which is so true, is you what's a banana? What's an apple? 100 calories? That's a mile. That's a
Yeah.
mile.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so much better to restrict calories than do cardio. It's and get your weights in so you're building that muscle, so you're building that. But anyway, we'll touch up. We'll get to that. But so I would, like I said, I would go 4 months with deep yoga, feel great, but I look in the mirror, and deep yoga to me is something that you need to have lower body fat, say, percentage. And on the other flip side of that is with weight training is that even if ate you ate like shit, you'd still be building something. And I think with DDP yoga, you need to be strict. So what I'm trying to say is that, I mean, mind you, this is about you're also losing weight. I'm losing weight, and it's about you know, the just that if I have I just feel like in DDP yoga, say I eat like crap one day, that's like a day lost. I mean, it's not a day lost, but it is. If I go train in weights, that's no matter if I eat bad or good, that's still a day in the positive direction. I mean, that might sound weird or that might not be right. I mean, I'm no fitness expert, so let's point that out too. Neither of us are fitness experts. These are just a
Hey,
conversation
speak for yourself.
me and me and Nace have had a conversation about this, and I wanted to discuss it live on the air. So that's what we're going to discuss. So, you want to start it, Nason?
Yeah, I'll start it off. Okay, weightlifting, like you were just talking about. This is I'm going to call it resistance training. I guess if you were to be recommended to do it by, let's say, a doctor, they would say that you would want to do at least 2 consecutive days per week. And yeah, sure, okay. We've learned that we want to be able to do it more than that. I think it's important to do any exercise, just as long as you're enjoying yourself and that you can keep doing it and not get ultimately bored with it. But that being said, you're gonna want to like use aerobic resistance or stretching in conjunction with like really restricting what you're eating and
But
watch
let me
what
ask
you
you this: is how much stretching? You know, when we're doing DDP yoga, we're stretching for an hour. You know,
Sometimes you can be doing it for 20 minutes. As long as you do a little bit of stretching, I think every day, that's what's recommended. Stretching is more so that you can do the other types of training. Like you can do better types or more of aerobic exercise or resistance training if you're flexible. So like it enables you to actually move into other areas. The kind of neat thing that this DDPYOGA yoga, which is targeted to get guys into yoga, because like everyone that practice yoga, if you put them all together, I read once that 18% are men that are even trying to do it. Yoga for regular guys, Diamond Dallas Page's formula, I believe, is it doesn't leave you in these restricted positions for X amount of time. He has you moving around. He has a higher pace. He's combining, in my eyes, he's combining like some resistance training if you know how to flex the right way with your yoga with like physical therapy. So his is a really neat blend of everything, and I still think that it's fun even as I advance at it. And if I don't want to go like too hard, you don't have to. You pick and choose your own resistance. That's a really neat idea he has. So you could be doing it for an hour or 45 minutes or 20, and you're still going to get a beneficial type of stretch. He makes the spine alive.
right? But we're talking about stretching as a sole workout. That's because the reason why I'm saying this is that everybody is crunched for time in our society today. So everybody is, you know, we got to get in, we got to get out, and we got to get it the best way possible.
Yeah.
So DDP yoga, like I said, is what I told you and I discussed with you before is that it's always full body. I mean, I know there's full body weight training out there that you can do as well, but it's always full body. I just feel that in a when I go downstairs and I throw on the DVD and I go hard as hell. I mean, I'm burning 650 to 700 calories in 55 minutes to 60 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting the cardio. I'm getting strength. I'm building strength. Now, I'm not saying I'm building muscle per se, but I'm building strength because I'm building core and I'm building all that other stuff. Plus, I feel great. No weight training or cardio that I've ever done made me feel as good as this. And that's, like I said, the problem that I have. Do I want to? I feel this is how I feel. I feel is that if I go strictly into that, then when I do lose the weight and when I do become and hit that goal, is that I'm going to be like, say, a skinny fat or just, I mean, even if you go look on the website, and I'm not knocking it because we're talking about this because I'm a big advocate of it and I love it. But you go on the website and you see mixed results, but you see, I mean, and that's the thing is that they're probably true results, not like when you go on another fitness program and it's all juice heads or something like that. And
or you're watching an infomercial for an amazing diet pill, but then they do the before and after. Like these are the pictures of this. Look at all the success they've had with this, and like on the bottom of the screen in fine print, they'll have with diet and exercise. And if you look at their diet program, it's pretty strict. And like these are people who've never exercised before. Like there's a catch to everything. Everything has pros and cons. I'm still gonna like I'm not gonna be an infomercial for YRG yoga, but I'm gonna say that it is a great way to stretch, and then that can enable you to do other things. I think you have to have a blend of all three in your kind of like workout regimen for your week, whatever your week's going to look like, and then that is tied on to restricting what you eat. And
Okay.
that's the hardest trick of them all. You got to have strong arms. You got to have strong arms to push yourself away from the table.
Right. So what is your recommendation? What do you want to do? What do you enjoy doing? Because I'll tell mine first.
Go ahead.
I just went to the gym today. What I've been doing was I'm actually using a Fitbit, and not just because of I want to get 10,000 steps or any of that. I'm doing it because I'm using my Fitness Pal to track my macros because I'm doing intermittent fasting as well. So I'm intermittent fasting until 12:30, and then I'm giving myself an 8-hour eating window. And in that 8 hours, I want to make sure I hit my calorie mark and I hit my protein and my carbs, which I'm going low carb right now, and my fat. So I have that all set up, and I want to be sure I'm hitting my macros. What I like about using the Fitbit is that it incorporates that I did 6,000 steps at work. So my protein now switches, say, from 185 grams to 200. And it allots me more calories to where, and this is where I think it helps, is that I'm allotted those calories because of my job, and I'm walking around a lot.
Yeah.
So when I fast the next day, I'm not starving. It's easier to get to that 12:30 again because instead of eating, I have mine set up at 1,980 calories. With the exercise, I could do about 2,900 because I'm hitting my 10,000 steps. So what I'm doing is I'm going to the gym, getting a 45-minute weight training out. I'm doing an upper body, lower body, upper body split, and I just go on the treadmill, and I do it at an incline because I want to get the benefits of having good posture, and to do that, you walk on an incline.
You'll also you'll burn more calories on an incline for sure.
Right. So I do. Right now, I'm just doing 3 miles an hour at an incline of like 2.5, nothing crazy because I just started it. But every day I'm trying to hit those 10,000 steps because
you should try doing random on the incline. It makes it go up and down. Yeah. I liked it. It gives you a variance of where you'll have some time off and when you're not going to. And what else? After you hit random, put your incline up like 3 different levels. So it's not the low inclines where it's like barely an incline. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Like I said,
give it a shot. Let me know if it works for you.
Yeah, definitely. But like I said, I'm not only doing it for burning more calories or doing anything like that. I'm doing it for posture because you have to, when you're on an incline, you have to keep your head up. You have to keep your head straight. You can't be hunched over. I'm not one of those people that grab onto the bar and walk. I'm walking. I'm walking as with best form. I'm using form to keep my posture because I'm walking a lot at work, but I'm also reading or on the computer, so I'm hunched over. So I want to make sure that while I'm there, I'm getting my posture intact. So my ideal for right now, and what I want to do to hit all of this for the feeling great and all that is, as you know, DDP has a program or a video called Wake Up, which is like 11, 12 minutes of things that you're supposed to do. Stretches, just stretching, none of the engaging or dynamic resistance that DDP yoga uses, but it's just the stretching of stuff that you get out of bed. So I'm thinking to just incorporate all three is just do the 12 minutes every day. I mean, you could do that tired, hungover, whatever. You could do it. You could do that. And I think doing that every single day will just probably give me the same benefits, right? I mean, it's not going to give me all the benefits of say yoga, like getting, just getting all the muscles stretched out like that. But I think let's put it this way: what's going to elevate back pain and keep sciatica at bay that I had? I started to have. I mean, I was heavier, but I
Yeah.
started to have it, and then as soon as I found the yoga around 4 years ago, the DDP
Yeah.
yoga, when I did that, it immediately went away. I've never had it since.
Good.
You know,
I mean, yeah, like I said before, it has its pros and cons to it for sure. I'll segue this into, should we be using different types of cardio or exercise that burn higher amounts of calories?
in my research that I did before I started this diet and everything else uh is treadmill. I looked it up. What's the best cardio to do at the gym? And everything was treadmill. And I'm an elliptical guy. I love the
Okay.
elliptical. It was easier on the joints. It was everything else. But you're also in that same track all the
Okay.
time. So instead of really using your body, you're assisted because you're just on a spinning the wheel basically.
But that's also affording you less impact.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I mean
So
that's what the DDP yoga is less impact. It's no impact. It's injury. I've talked to people on Facebook because I've actually talked to people that look fantastic. They look like they hit the gym every single day,
and
and
they just do yoga and that brand of calisthenics, right?
yeah, I messaged them on Facebook and I said, you know, um, you have a great physique. What are you just
Is that
doing?
how you start your conversation with them,
Yeah,
or?
yeah. I just said, dude, yo, bro, your physique is fantastic. How do I get it? No, I said, I'm just curious because I'm having this problem. Do I just do? Are you just doing yoga or the DDP yoga? I can't say yoga because as you know that you've done it. It's strength training, it's calisthenics, it's isometrics, it's
Mhm,
everything. It's not
mhm.
just a relaxation thing. It's a workout. That's the bottom line. Is that we can't agree that it's a workout.
It's a
And
workout, but I look towards it for myself as that of the three components
mm,
of that's stretching for me, and it also does make my spine feel absolutely fantastic. And then I can do other exercises that I wouldn't be able to do because of how well it works.
so, are you just using it as a tool rather than a workout?
I'm using it as a workout, but also as, like, yeah, it's a workout and a tool for me. I need to be able to feel good to be able to do this and that and this and that, and like, so for that he really does a great job in even 20 minutes at making sure you can move around the way you should be moving around by basically stretching the right way. And then I'm starting to think that cardio on a treadmill, much like you said before, it's a lot. It means a real lot. It's about me not getting bored while I'm on the treadmill. I mean, like around minute 40, I'm just like, oh, okay, come on. Like, and I can keep going. I want to keep going, but sometimes I'll stop and I'll do some strength training because, well, it's a change of pace. And that's where it goes back into me finding something that you like, because the more you like it, the more you'll do it. And like, my wife used to instruct Zumba, and she loves Zumba. And Zumba is like phenomenal for burning calories. They'd have like a 30, 40, maybe even an hour long Zumba session where you would follow along at your pace because there's modifications built into it, just like the other stuff. And they'd be getting done and they'd be like 600, 800 calories gone. And like, that's a lot. But there's also a trade-off for all this stuff. Like everyone, some of the people I know, CrossFit this, CrossFit that. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, you're going to be doing like high intensity interval training, like it's like Olympic weightlifting, or let me look here, polymetrics, powerlifting, gymnastics, kettlebells, calisthenics, strongman stuff. But like like your high impact during Zumba, and you could be even like high impact during the interval training. Like, you're going to get injured eventually. You can get if you're not careful. And so yeah, there's a trade-off there too. There's really cool ways to be able to get a workout, and I want to go through a list before we're over. So remind me to do the list in case I forget.
Yeah,
But there's a trade-off to everything.
yeah. That goes back to what you said before. Is what is what are you going to do consistently? What are you going to do consistently? Because I'll tell you this. My experience between doing both, I enjoy because I enjoy getting out. I enjoy going to a gym, even though I don't talk to anyone. I go in. I mean, if I see someone I know, obviously I'll stop and chat. But
I don't talk to anybody. I'm all business.
I go in, I get what I need to get done, and then I come home. And it's just different with the yoga when just go. I mean, I know I can do it anywhere if I want, but that kind of stuff I'd rather do in the comfort of my own home. But
Yeah, but wait, don't forget that's the whole point. You want to do it in your home too. Like, I don't want to get in the car. I don't want to go out. I don't want to walk in the gym. I don't want to have travel time, talk time, this time, in between time. Like you're in your house, you get your mat, and you're gone. There we go. We're off.
right.
Like you're working out, and you didn't have to like waste time to be able to get your workout in. Now, obviously, you're not going to have these treadmills and ellipticals and steppers and all kinds of free weights, machines, and that's available to you in your house unless you've built that facility for yourself and purchased these items. Having a gym membership is great. I re-up mine for like $99. It's totally worth it for 12 months. I like doing it. I'm super motivated. But like you said, how long am I going to be this motivated for? I was motivated when I was starting to get into walking and jogging and then running, or sprinting, I should say. And now I'm doing it on the treadmill. And like, I guess the treadmill forces me to keep higher speeds because I keep the higher speeds there for myself. It's doing what it's supposed to. But how do you shake a stick at like doing a mile and you're looking at like, let's just say for whatever purpose, 100 calories versus like getting a Zumba class and you just burn 600 to 800. That's a big difference.
Right. But if you look at any weight, resistance training program, they'll say that you don't want to do the 800 calories. You want to restrict your calories, and you don't want to burn that 800 because then you're just going to be super hungry eating everything in sight, especially if you're trying to lose weight.
And that's where it comes into restricting. That's the real trick. It's in your head too. Like
Right.
it's all up there. You can control it if you want to, but it takes like the ultimate like willpower and desire. Like for me, when I started this process in the summer, I had to get myself past the hunger feelings. I had to change myself from a person who could get hangry, right, to a person that doesn't need to eat. And like that process was not easy.
How'd you do it?
I started to learn how to be able to like to restrict what I'm taking in to the point where I had to learn, because I'm not a spring chicken anymore, that if I don't eat, I'm going to like lower my blood sugar levels, and I'm going to get side effects where like you feel disoriented, you get lightheaded, all kinds of stuff. And to get around that, you have to learn to eat small meals, and you have to choose really smart stuff to eat when you're going to eat. Like, don't waste your calories on stuff that you shouldn't even be having. And it's hard. It's hard because there's things that you remember that you used to like to do, and you made it into routines and part of your day and part of your week, and it's part of your life. And before you know it, you're unhappy. But then like that's part of your happiness too. It's a vicious cycle.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. See, but that's funny because you're going in small meals and I'm going to intermittent fast and have 1,000 calorie meal, my first meal at 12:30. And then
Which isn't bad time to do it. I mean, if you're going to be moving throughout the day, whether you're using aerobic stretching or strength resistance, then like you want to have the meal earlier. Yeah, I get that. But like, if I try to restrict, I'll try to restrict the most I can. You were one of the first ones that got me into like, oh, so what you do is you skip dinner and you have an energy drink. So now I'm to sometimes to the point where like, well, I won't even have not an energy drink, like a protein shake.
right.
And now I got myself to like, well, if I don't need to have a meal, I know I can restrict myself, but I have to take care and do this the right way. I'll grab one of those yogurts with the high protein content in it, and like that'll be it. Like you'll be having the yogurt will be like 3 spoonfuls, and then you're done, bro.
That's it.
And you just I said, bro. And then that's it. And then you have to come to the realization, like, my body's going to like tear through this because it can. And I'm going to be hungry, and my stomach will start making noises in a little while. Like that's all part of the trick of, and then like, if you're doing this type of training while trying to restrict, it makes you more hungry because you're doing more activity rather than just like not doing. I guess what you could do is you can starve yourself and not move around too much, and that'll work to a very degree.
Well, what about if you were just you were super strict? You were, say, hitting your 2,000 calories a day. You were hitting that and just lifting. There'd be no need for cardio. I mean, you would be doing cardio for cardiovascular health. You wouldn't be doing it, or you wouldn't be doing it just to burn calories. You would be doing it for other health benefits. So
Yeah, each one of the three has its own benefits, and they're probably not to be ignored at all. But yeah, I mean, the more strict you can be, the more results you're going to get, and you're going to get those results a lot faster.
Well, I think we should definitely, come back to this in
Sure.
a few months, because what I'm gonna experiment with is I'm going to, when I wake up, this is gonna be my new thing. When I wake up and I have, say, lower back pain or I feel stiff, when I get home, I'm gonna do that 12 minutes or 14 minutes, whatever the DDP video is, since I have it here. So I'm going to do that video and stretch myself out. Then I'll go to the gym. And I'm going to see if I'm getting the same benefits. Do I need to stretch for 55, 60 minutes, or can I just get this 12, 14-minute stretch? Because if you look online anywhere, they don't do tell you to do crazy. They say to get into yoga, which I can do that, but maybe do it once a week. And because, I mean, mind you, like I said, I'm lifting 3 times a week, and I'm hitting my 10,000 steps as many times as I can, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So that, like today, let's say today when I got to the gym, I was at like 7,000 steps. So I walked around the gym, lifted, did leg day. Yeah. uh, and then, and then I went on the treadmill.
Leg day. Leg day sucks.
Then I went on the treadmill, and it was about 24, 25 minutes I was on there until I hit my 10,000. So I burned an extra like 120, 130 calories, and I got it done. So I'm thinking that maybe if I really like your opinion on it. Is that hitting all three? I mean, let's put it this way. Like I said, we're in a
Yeah, you're doing all three, but you can choose how you want to do all three. You don't have to like you choose how much lifting you want to do. You choose how much cardio you want to do. You choose how much stretching you want to do. I found a balance here where I learned to restrict, and then I learned to walk, run, jog, or jog, run, and then I'm starting to put weight training back into it because I obviously already know how to do it. And there's a nice mix between all three of these, but they're all while you're trying to restrict at the same time. So, and I'm doing the opposite of you. I don't have a Fitbit. I'm not writing down what I'm doing. I'm just making sure that I'm doing it consistently, and I'm making sure that I'm doing a lot. Like right now, my gym schedule is pretty aggressive. Like if I look at the last month, January, I think I missed like 4 days of the gym, and that was
right.
it. Some of the workouts are I get in there, I do 2 to 3 miles, I get out. But some of them are like I get in there, I do 1 to 2 miles, and then I weight train at the same time. Some I don't even go to the gym. I'll stay home. I'll do a yoga for 21 minutes because that's the energy version, and
Right.
then I'll do something with dumbbells here. Like it's all different, but it's all like constantly trying to come up with a way. And then like I try to do your starvation thing like in the morning. Like I won't have breakfast, which is a stupid idea. I get that, but I'll see how long I can go until I'm hungry, and then like I'll try to have like in the past I would have something, but what I started to do, and this what could probably even help you. This is what got me started. You start just whatever your portion is in front of you, take 25% off, and then before you know it, you can take off 50, and then like before you know it, like it becomes a whole lot easier. But there's like some weird kind of weaning process, and again, like I said, it's all mental and physical to a very degree. But yeah, it can be done. I wish that before I started all this, I had got myself properly like photographed and weighed, because I'm not anywhere near where I used to be. And even if I go from now on, you wouldn't be able to see like that huge change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And congratulations on all that too.
Thanks.
So that's the thing is 14, like I'm saying, 14 minutes of doing the wake up, getting your body ready for the day that he recommends. So you're
Yeah,
doing
because
what,
I
you're
do
doing
it 21 minutes.
right?
Yeah.
So if I'm incorporating all three, and I'm only lifting 3 days a week, that's what the program I'm on is. I'm lifting 3 days a week, and then I do cardio as much as I can, and I'm doing the wake up, the 14 minutes, just for stretching purposes. I think I hit all three. I think that's good, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely good. Then basically the war is going to be fought not with you getting in these three types of exercise. The war is going to be fought with you versus what you're
food.
taking in. Yeah. And that like, honestly, like when I was learning to like, to not diet very well and like kind of like starve myself and like, I wasn't really exercising. Like I was still walking, but I wasn't exercising like I am now. Like it's an initial part of that. I was seeing like results like easily, but I had to be mentally like really strict. I had to be like really, really strong when it came to that side of it. And it's tough, man. And you talked to me about it in the past. Like it's hard,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, someone that, like I said, struggled every day of his life ever since a little kid, with his weight. You know, I met my fiance. I settled down, and I mean, that's the thing. That's the funny thing is that when I gained my weight, I was doing P90X, and that's what I'm trying to talk to you about.
Okay.
I was doing P90X, and I was burning the 700, the 800 calories a workout. Now I'm
Mhm.
lifting, and of course I was a hard ass, so I wanted to run after. So I was in the gym like an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. But when
Mhm.
I got out of there,
Yeah.
I was eating everything in sight, and I just gradually. It's funny because I remember being in the pool, and someone commented that my back, like my lats, were like big, like they were like defined, but I was like 20, 30 pounds, 35 pounds heavier,
Yeah.
and it wasn't muscle. I mean, I might have been putting on some muscle, but I was never big. You know, I was never.
Mhm.
You know, I had some muscle there, but I was never jacked or anything. But I think I think that's its thing. See, because my only other problem, which now we said we came to a conclusion, we're hitting to hit all three. My only problem is, you know, just as well as I know, you know, I got my own business. You work hard. You take care of your family and everybody else. Life hits you hard, and sometimes you can't get to the gym. I know you're aggressive as hell now,
Yeah.
but sometimes you can't do that, and that's what I was discussing with you the other day. Is that okay? Today, uh, I have to go do this. I won't be home till 8 o'clock at night. I get up at 5:30. I'm not going to be able to make it. I go to bed at 9,
Mhm.
so I'm not going to be able to make it. So I now miss legs for this week. I know I could push it, but you know I like to do other things too. I
Okay.
don't. I don't just so if I was doing yoga and I'm doing that, well, that's not a big deal. I'm just going to do it the next day. You know, where if it's Wednesday and then I train legs Thursday, then according to the program I'm following, you're supposed to have that rest day, which is true. You're supposed to have that rest day in between before you go Friday and train again.
Wait, rest for what though? For weight training?
Yeah. Yeah. If I do
Sure.
legs Thursday and then go and do upper body Friday, you're supposed to have that rest day. I mean, is it going to kill me now? No, because I'm not at my max weights
Mhm.
that I could move right now. But you know, when you are moving heavy weight, that you know that is, and I will get there. I've done it, you know, a million times. When I'm moving that heavy weight, you're gonna need a day of recovery. You know, uh, and what I'm trying to say is that if you miss a day with DP yoga, you just get back on the wagon the next day. Not a problem. You feel great. You work your entire body again. Well, now you've missed legs for a week, which isn't a big deal in the big scope of things, but I don't know. It just gets to me sometimes where I'm like, okay, I'm like a week behind now because I'm tracking everything. I'm tracking my weights. I'm
Like you said,
moving.
you could do it the next day, but if you're not because you want to do other things, that's part of your regimen. That's part of your schedule. That's the way things work. I understand that. Um, Let me think. I hear what you're saying. I'm not even sure I'm going to try. I'm going to do like strength training, as in weightlifting. Uh, but I don't think I'm going to do it like I used to when I was younger. I think I'm going to do things which are higher reps. It doesn't mean that the higher reps are like nothing to me. They're going to be hard to do, especially after you do sets in a row. Give yourself certain type of intervals, supersets, things like that. I think I'm going to approach it differently now, and I'll let you know how I'm doing with that, rather than trying to like max stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that there's not something there to it. I just don't know if that's for me right now. And what we can do is we'll come back together and we'll compare notes. Wait, I want to do my list. I'm going to forget to do it.
No, go ahead. You can do it.
All right, here we go. all 47 sports and fitness activities ranked. I'll just read the first paragraph. In this world, there are so many ways to exercise. Some are actual sports, others are specific types of exercise. All will make you sweat somehow. We have ranked them in scientific order based on the following criteria. Physical difficulty, the amount that you would be humiliated if you tried to just waltz in and do them like some big shot because you thought they would be easy. And overall hardcoreness, I'm not sure if that's an actual word, fake BS sports are not included. All rankings are final. 47, walking. So one of your favorite things to do is already at 47. Wonderful.
Wow.
46, Tai Chi. Maybe because walking won't make you sweat. 46, Tai Chi. 45, water aerobics. 44, stretching in general. 43, there's jogging. Jogging's already up. 42, Zumba or similar dance-based fitness class. I thought that would be up higher. 41, yoga. 40, isometrics. 39, volleyball. Why does volleyball get so high up on the list? 38, pole dancing for work pleasure. For work or pleasure, pole dancing. Get out of here. Skating, ice or roller skating. Okay, well, sure. Water skiing or boat-assisted water sports. It actually says that. Arm wrestling. Arm wrestling's on the list. Okay, I can get a better workout in volleyball than arm wrestling. I'm sorry. Okay, 34 is baseball. Hey, baseball, the American pastime. There you are. 38. Or wait, what was baseball at? 34. 33, calisthenics. 32, jumping rope. Jumping rope's no joke. 31, BMX bike racing. 30, skateboarding. Didn't we already go over that? No, that was skating. 29, surfing. 28, mountaineering. Oh, you kind of do some hiking like that.
Yeah.
27, tennis or other racket sport. I guess, yeah, okay, sure. 26, canoeing, kayaking, or other rowing. Yeah. 25, skiing, snowboarding, or other snow sliding. Snow sliding. What are you doing outside today? Snow sliding. 24, hockey. 23, soccer. 22, diving. 21, bicycling, and then it has like racing by it. 20, jumping high and or far. 19, sprinting. I thought sprinting would be way higher because you're sprinting as hard as you. Okay, whatever. 18, throwing heavy objects for distance. Never mind. Oh my God. 17, sword fighting, and right by it says non-lethal. Versus doing it for lethal purposes. Obviously, if it's lethal sword fighting, it's not going to even be on the list because someone's going to die or you get killed. Sword fighting. 16, basketball. 15, kung fu or similar show-offy martial art, whatever that's supposed to mean. 14, marathon running. 13, pole vaulting versus dancing, which is way up on the list. 12, rock climbing. 11, hurdles. Okay, I guess we're getting serious now. This is top 10. Okay. 10, football. 9, powerlifting. 8, CrossFit. Isn't CrossFit involving power? Never mind. Moving on. 7, boxing. 6, wrestling. 5, triathlons. 4, ballet. 3, MMA. 2, gymnastics. And number 1, do the drum roll. I don't know if you can hear that.
I hear it.
Take a guess. Just guess. You're not going to hit it, but guess anyway. You make that noise when you do it, by the way. And it's not taking a dump.
Having sex?
Super squats.
Super squats.
Super squats, number 1. I can agree with gymnastics and MMA being as high up as they are because there's a lot of work that goes into like even being able to do the things they do. Super squats. What the hell is super squats?
I don't know.
You missed your super squats tonight, didn't you?
I did. I just did lunges.
What on this list does not belong there at all?
I don't know. You read 47 of them.
I think it's taking you a little too long to name pole dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what the hell? It says pole dancing, comma, for work or pleasure. I didn't even read that when I went over this originally. Sword fighting. Yeah, but sword fighting had non-lethal by it, which was its disclaimer. You're going to get a great workout trying to fight somebody else with a sword, but as long as it's non-lethal.
So, what was that for? The best workouts?
These are 47 sports and fitness activities ranked.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you this link just so you have it.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that again.
CrossFit. It just had powerlifting at 9 and then CrossFit at 8. But powerlifting is also incorporated with CrossFit. So like
Yeah.
where's one supposed to really get the edge up on each other? Boxing and wrestling, yeah, that stuff's really hard to do. You're moving all the time. Triathlons, but they have the other parts of the triathlon so far up the list it doesn't make sense. So how does just because you do all three? Like ballet, you're moving around constantly. MMA, you never stop moving until you get a break. Gymnastics, well, Jesus. Cheez-Its.
Do you feel that you can build muscle with DDP yoga?
Yeah, but you have to engage so ridiculously that you have to know like how to do that really well.
When I was talking to one of the guys on Facebook that just is shredded, looks great. I said, why do some people and some of even the instructors that are teaching this for a living don't have that physique? And he said, because when I squeeze, when I contract my muscles, he goes, they're bulging out of my skin. He goes, let's put it that way. He goes, everything I do, they're bulging out of my skin. He goes, and I'm hitting my macros. He
Yeah.
goes, they're not, he goes, diet's everything. You're gonna see that everywhere.
I'm not calling you out, but when you do curls at gym for strength training for biceps, how much weight can you use at maximum?
Right now, like 20 pounds.
Okay. You can go get a 10 or a 15 and you can squeeze that movement as hard as you possibly could in every single rep, and you'll get just as tired, and you can pay attention to your form and do like all this extra stuff. It's like there is always going to be a balance for all this stuff. It's not all about always having like the heaviest weights. It's about like
right. And that's how I want to conclude is with longevity, because we know that the DDP yoga is the best for longevity. Not consistency, but longevity. If you're going to do something consistently, I would say that the DDP yoga is the best because you're going to feel great, and as you age. But like I said, the other flip side of that coin is that bone density. Like your bone density is, I mean, it'll stay up there with yoga because you're doing push-ups and things like that. But your bone density, I think, is a lot will stay a lot better as you get older with weight training.
I mean, all three are going to play their part, and as you get older, you're going to have to modify things so you can be able to do them. Even if you're rolling up on something that you're new to, you're not going to be able to do it like somebody who's been doing it a real long time. So modifications come in there. Don't use as much weight. Practice this more. In yoga, like you can't do this pose, so put your knee down, your foot down. Exercising, like modify, like say you have problems with like joints, limbs, you have to modify everything. Like maybe someday you're going to have to get on that elliptical and stay there because you can't have any of that type of impact.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's where we'll stop this. Unless you have anything else to add.
Nope. I'm happy I got my list in.
Yeah, definitely. Well, like I said, we'll revisit this in a few months. Hopefully, my face will be a little smaller when I'm on camera. But yeah, we'll revisit this in a few months, and we'll trade. Where I go if I went back to yoga full time or I stayed with this. So, like I said, in about maybe like 3 months or something, we'll come back to it. But anyway, as always, this podcast was brought to you by SefTheMoreLive.com. If you enjoyed this, please hit the subscribe button, give it a like, thumbs up if you enjoyed it. But other than that, we'll see you next time.
Hey, wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Don't go. On my icon, the guy's in the treadmill, and there's someone jumping rope, someone holding 2 dumbbells, right? There's someone running, and there's someone doing maybe like a jumping jack. Okay, what's that guy doing after the guy doing the jumping jack? Is he like punching a wall? Is he punching a stick?
He's definitely punching something.
Is he pushing off the wall? Is this like, what is that? Is this calisthenics, isometrics, whatever you want to call it? CrossFit or no. What's he doing?
Not CrossFit.
That's not a. There's no. What's happening right there? Just tell me about it.
Maybe it's supposed to be like a punching bag.
Yeah, a punching wall.
A punching wall.
You break your hands. You're gonna punch much after that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. I'm finished.
All right, man. Cool. Yeah. So then we will be back hopefully on Friday with a new topic. So look forward to that. We'll see you then.
See you.